can run away and turn your back and put out a bunch of quills. You can annoy the Ursa, but
man, I wish they had like a save or something, because I feel like when they roar someone, they will just die. But like,
yeah,
if there was like an OD or something and you just astraled them, like, I don't know, this would look so
I
good.
had thought OD, but he's been so bad and so unpicked that it just seemed like not worth mentioning. But somebody like that can eventually build up to start countering the Ursa and also have a reset.
It almost feels like they're just thinking instead, we're just going to try and tank through it. The Timber and the Bristle, right? It's like, okay, I don't think you'll die in a roar. Like, maybe we'll have Illusion come through on the Earth Spirit and he can get the save. Maybe the Cask can do it, but I really like the Ursa pick. The Ursa it looks like a really nice Ursa game considering it was 9th picked and not 10th. That kind of looks like Ursa was the last pick and you're like, oh damn, Ursa into Gyro, Timber, and Bristle. This game's sick.
Yeah. I like the supporting cast. I agree. I really like the Ursa too, but I like the comp that Viking has. I think Chen makes the lanes a pretty good setup for Viking. You've also just got good laners in Beastmaster and Ursa. That'll kind of compensate for the Invoker, who's maybe a little weaker in this meta. And you've got a great team to fight around the Invoker. Right, like he can set stuff up, and you've actually got heroes that can capitalize on it.
Well, I'll tell you what, we liked Alliance's draft in both of the last 2 games, and they lost both games. So, there you go.
You're right.
They felt like they had a lot of things covered, pretty decent timing. You can kind of see their path to victory, and things just didn't go down the path. They kind of.
I mean, you're right, but I'm looking at this unique lineup, and it feels like this lineup is designed to, hey, we're gonna win the lanes. We got Bristle Timber. We're really good at doing stuff early on and making lanes our main thing. And I don't think Viking have bad lanes by any stretch.
Battle.
All right, well, we'll see who's going mid versus this Bristle. Is indeed the Invoker. So nothing too shocking there. I thought maybe they do the Gyro, but they like this a little bit better.
How did that matchup go?
Well, I watched so many Bristle versus Invoker games.
Maybe Bristle slaughters this matchup, and this will be like the first time we saw Morphling versus Ember Spirit. Go, huh? Or that first time we saw Slardar versus Ember Spirit or whatever it was, and it's like, oh yeah. Bash is pretty good against melee heroes.
It could work with the Earth Spirit, theoretically. Because if he's trying to play around the quills and he just gets stunned up and takes 2 more quills than he thought, and he'll just die. Some potential. Slarry, gotta pop the smoke. Looks like they saw this movement coming.
5-minute smoke. Yep, unique. You're gonna get got, but they'll still catch Slarry, and I think this will probably be your first blood. They let him go.
All right, we popped the smoke and died. Sick.
Yep.
Yeah, that didn't feel great.
The outpost.
That's the flex take. Yeah. Oh, and the ward though. Oh yeah.
The
now that's
battle
big.
Begins.
That is pretty big. And look at this ward that they put down. This is an interesting.
That's the kill your couriers ward. But also they want to see where the lanes are going still as well. But it's mostly a kill your couriers ward.
Okay. Starting with an aggro try for the Viking.
Oh, that was pretty smart from Vanscourt. You see what he did down there? So he was hiding behind the trees, and he knew the timing on the creep wave, and he was thinking that if the Chen keeps walking with the creep wave, we can actually kill him because we'll have roll with the Orb of Venom, and the cask is almost guaranteed to bounce on him again because of the way the wave moves, right? Like, there's like a decent chance that you can get the double bounce because the wave wouldn't get aggro.
Oh, yeah, you're right. That is a weird moment where you can play around the super robotic creeps.
Yeah.
Don't react to anything.
But, yeah. Slarry was too smart. He got away from that one.
All right, so Chen pulls Toby down at bottom. That means up top it's going to be Aramis on the Grimstroke with Shad Ursa. Is he going to buy Battle Fury? Or are you going to pretend to be surprised by the memes? Toby's dead.
Whoa, what a Battle Get a PvP.
Holy shit! Battle Fury on Ursa.
Your idol.
Wow!
That's actually almost worth it.
Who said it? I don't even remember who it was directed at.
No, I don't. I have no idea who it was directed at.
I didn't see the clip.
There wasn't even a clip. He just put it out there.
Demised.
The funny thing is, we were casting a couple weeks before, and we were like, "Oh, he had the Battlefield queued up," and it didn't come through, so we didn't even get to act surprised when we had it when it was like kind of starting.
Well, I think Peter's point was that it's twofold. It's like, A, if you're playing Dota right now, you've probably seen it in some of your pubs at pretty much any level, and
Yeah.
B, it's also not bad. So you should, think about it. Like, yeah, Ursa having a farming tool is pretty cool.
I mean,
actually.
it kind of makes, there's some forgiveness there, I would say, just because of like, it's again this idea of just like, imagine buying Battlefield and Ursa 2 years ago. I remember when people were buying Radiance on Ursa, and it was like starting to become a thing. Just doesn't seem like an item that would be good on the hero. But, yeah, there's another one for Unique.
Yep. Dota has changed a lot, though. You're definitely right. 2 years, that would have been untenable, and now
Now with that pop, it's like good.
Yeah.
It's also the fact that he has the change in the way that Fury Swipe stacks. But anyway, speaking of Fury Swipes, he is stacking them up right now on Illusion MBZZ.
Games also just feel different now. It feels so much more common that we see characters stay relatively quiet, hit this certain timing, and then they break the whole game open, and then it's like a different game after this one rotation happens. After that one Spectre Haunt where she gets a double kill after Radiance. It's like a totally different players.
We don't have the TI5. I can't remember with aggressive on the gyro. Oh, he's about to be level 6. He's TPing.
Toby. I think Toby's dead here.
Oh, he's quite dead. I don't think a salve will save him. Actually, it probably would save him if he wanted to go for it.
Return to the soil.
He will let it go.
Yeah.
He accepts his fate.
Yeah, he probably could have lived. I would agree that that's not worth though. It's the 4th kill already. Keep yourself and come back at full HP and mana. Take your lumps, Well, mid lane though, not
slaying.
not super one-sided. Just like in favor of the Bristle. I mean, it makes sense that he's not really gonna get zoned out too hard, right? Has pretty good HP regen with the help of the tower now too. Oh, it's the 4-minute flip with the bottle. The tornado comes through. Ooh, that's gonna be a lot of damage though. And now he's out of mana. All that. Don't you love Dota?
Yep. Aramis walks into Roach, pops the salve, now looking for some deny help, not going to find it.
Oh, I so wish he got bashed there, though. That would have been pretty good. Well, that still sucks for 19, though, because now he has to run all the way home with his bottle. That was a risky purchase.
Yeah. Pay off, though. Bristle mid. You need some kind of mana sustainability.
I don't know, dude. That EMP is what really killed him. Because if it wasn't for the EMP, he could at least have gone, like, jungled, waiting for the 5-minute bounty rune. Instead, because of the EMP, he just straight up had to walk home. Like, devastating.
Good thing he was ahead, so now it'll be dead even.
And all of that could be changed if he just had gotten that bottle, Gotten that rune.
It does seem like against these not super hard-hitting ranged heroes, if you're a decently beefy melee core, you can grab a Quelling Blade and go mid and handle yourself.
Yeah, it's kind of like the poor man's shield era of mid laners.
Yeah, exactly.
TNC and MVP were just like playing jug mid, and everyone was like, "What is this?"
Yeah.
And then everyone was doing it for like 2 years after.
You're certainly conceding that you're going to give the Invoker some space to farm, but Bristle can get his. And it's a timing you can fight around.
I mean, you always end up with a decent amount of denies too, though, because you're just like so tanky and do so much more damage than the range heroes.
Down bottom.
Oh,
Whoa.
that's a fortunate time to pause. But so what is this? First bounce? Ready? No, go.
Alright, so Illusion comes rolling in. Toby gonna take quite a bit of damage here. That'll be the end of old Toes.
Those boards,
6-0. Van scores Mangoing, Salvin.
Gonna have a upset stomach after that. Oh, rune. He's too fast. Nice. All right, we're down here. And he's actually running top of it too.
Radiant's top tower is
We're
under
gonna find
attack.
Aramis, but he has no goo.
Forces a TP straight away.
It's an interesting rotation. Can't handle this P. Okay.
Typed in the bottom.
Kind of a funny run around here for an idea. I guess he didn't really miss out on too much. Gets back for some of the wave creeps.
All things.
Yeah, I mean, overall, good for Invoker, I guess. Bristle still does have a small XP advantage.
Might have wished he was just stacking Ancients instead, though. Again,
Dire's
another
turret
instance of Dota
has
not
been
really
killed.
rewarding aggression. Like, let's say he gets that kill. It's probably worth more to go stack a camp and farm the other one. You know?
Yeah, yeah.
Up top with the phase boots, Shad is applying more pressure to BZZ, but he has the soul ring, so he's also just able to hop away. And with the chakram too, they're playing a very dangerous game up here between the two of them.
BZZ should be going down here.
Oh, there it is. Yourself lucky. A den mother
That
would have
Ursa
done
hits
much
hard. You
worse.
normally think of Timber as pretty tanky with 2 points in reactive, but not against your Ursa.
Yeah, and Aramis there, just to tilt the scales a little. Back in favor of Shad. Down bottom there, wrapping around here with Illusion, but they could maybe go for the Chen. Still half a level to the call down, though, and they probably don't want to get too aggressive without it. Oh, and now he actually gets spotted. They've taken a dire creep, and Slayer's doing a little lap here and scouts him out.
This ain't yours.
Hawk also overhead.
Dire's
yeah,
top tower is under attack.
Well, they want this kill on Vanscore because Aramis TP's through.
Delaria takes the stun. Toby a little underleveled. He's only 4 right now. Mid lane, though, they go in onto the Invoker. That is a hasted up Bristleback.
You want some of this?
He coming in. Looks like it's Beastmaster. No, it's Shad.
Yeah, that's a good punish to force that TP by making that dive because they knew that there were so many heroes gathered bottom that they wouldn't be able to help the Invoker, so it actually has to bring a core rotation instead. It looks like the wave's just gonna push back in to his tower anyway, though. So again, not a huge loss here for Shad.
Curious about the tags here on Unique. Palantimos, he's .f3. There's Bless His Soul, and then Illusion is just Art Hose.
I like the I'm don't care tag. Someone else had that. That was me. Oh, Boom has that on Viking. I'm don't care. Not IDC, not I don't care. I'm don't care.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Dire are scanning.
And then, of course, we've got Toby. He's just Toby.
Stellar Dota 2 caster and player. He can do it all.
Speaks Russian, English. Impressive guy. Damage exchanged. So
Dire's
looking at
middle
net
tower
worth,
is under
Bristle
attack.
still pretty darn even with this Invoker. Spirit Vessel, no surprise there on the Invoker, coming out pretty quick.
And I don't think we're contesting outposts. We're just going to be contesting bounty runes. Up top, Shad is on the run here. Looks like he was hoping to maybe get to that outpost in time, but won't be able to get there. They're going to lose those bottom bounties. Or sorry, those top bounties, though. So it's 3 for 1, it looks like.
Illusion.
Brandon also gets picked up by Unique.
Now Shad's in the river, coming down for this one.
Well, he'll take the easy setup into Illusion. 19 now, starting to chase. Aramis, he's going to get surrounded. And there you go. Easy one there.
I love
Faded
it.
from
And that
memory.
ancient stack ready now, too, as the Vanguard's being completed here on 19. He's about 500 gold away. Vanscore goes back and stacks it one more time. Come on, Vanscore. What are you accomplishing down here? You're going to take the outpost? Fine. I'll allow it.
Never feels good taking the outpost in 10 minutes like this, though.
Yeah. I feel like there are teams that just prioritize more of this stacking, and for good reason. Like, I guess he's like leeching some XP from the ancients and stuff, which is kind of cool.
Given that Toby is under leveled, I guess it maybe hurts a little bit more.
Oh, the item! Get it! Get the broom handle! Yes!
Oh!
Vanscore!
Well worth. And now Toby, I think he might have died if he didn't CP. Vanscore will fall.
Nice.
But thanks for the broom handle, boys.
All right, it was all worth.
Dire's structures.
Where is he in
are
terms of net worth? Is
fortified.
he third? All right, basically tied with his gyrocopter, so they're looking pretty good.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Hey, Ursa's going for the Battle Fury.
Oh, what?
Perseverance. Already up. Got a ring to put on that Bear Claw. Meanwhile, in the enemy jungle, Palantimos initiated on and brought down. All heal from Chen. 19 here, looking for some return kills. They are going to go on to the Invoker. Things starting to split as Shad also chases down Vanscore. Boom, looking to TP out. That's not going to happen. And back to the other side, TP home from Shad.
Man, that is depressing. Level 5 Beastmaster just dying there.
Escape, dude.
But yeah, getting the gyro still pretty nice. Trying to slow him down. The Bristle's the most important hero right there. And at this point in the game, though, for Unique, there's no question. Like, they don't really care. If they have to choose who dies, you definitely want the gyro dying, because Bristle just cannot stop snowballing. He still hasn't bought his item. He just got the VIP booster. There's another 700 gold. And he'll be taking that stolen broom handle now, too.
Go.
Radiant's bottom
This is the crazy thing about Battle Fury Ursa too. It kind of feels like he likes regen, and as long as you get phase boots, he can still show up and participate. It's not like you have this AM-esque opportunity cost where you can't do anything until you've got Battle Fury.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, there's also still like, you know, you could definitely do more though, but of course the trade-off for being able to farm faster is definitely worth it.
Dire's top tower
Yeah, I guess it's just a little...
You're not worthless.
He's so aggressive already that he can afford to go for a greedy item and still have some presence. Much more so than a lot of others. Aramis now going in onto this Timber Saw. Silence stun. Not enough damage for a kill. Instead, they'll just turn it onto Aramis.
He's on the wrong side, though.
Dire's top tower
Primal
is under
Roar.
attack.
I'll bring down Vanscore, so it is a 1-for-1. Messy fight here. Larry should be okay. Tucked away in the tree line. Might be BZZ that's in trouble now. Cold Snap, no more mana. Follow-up
Dire's
Centaur
top
stun,
tower is under
easy kill.
attack.
I guess he just thought that enough of them had left it, he'd be fine. It's like the Ursa showing mid. But that is, you know, speaking of heroes that you really don't want falling at this point in the game, I think Timber's right up there with Bristle. He's trying to go for the Yules to try and help kite Ursa a little bit and just like maybe give him another chance for a Timber Chain or something in the middle of these engagements. But that's still not going to help him versus the Grimstroke with the Phantom's Embrace. That's going to be very annoying to deal with this game. He kind of has to get it though, like versus Cold Snap and the Spirit Vessels and everything. He needs that Dispel. That's why the Grimstroke is such a good hero. Yeah. Speaking of versatile like supports and stuff, they can just be really annoying depending on their skill build.
It feels like you can't ignore him.
He's kind of gone through it all too, right? Like he's been the maxing Stroke of Fate. That's kind of common now for like pushing at waves. People used to max the Phantom. They max the Inkswell. They die in the bottom lanes. A couple heroes, you know.
I think depending on the line, like matchup, you could still potentially maxing Swell.
Dire's
seen
top
Stroke a
tower
lot more.
is under attack.
Yeah, it just
Haven't
depends on
seen
the-
much max Phantom Embrace. Can't recall the last time.
They've nerfed it, yeah. It used to be better.
My
Yeah,
thrift
that one's-
rewarded.
It kind of feels like a 1-point wonder to some degree.
Oh, we hit 15 minutes and no one's actually camping runes for once. So we still have 2 down bottom and 1 up top. So they'll find us all. We'll go even. But Aramis is pretty holding this bottom lane.
Where he just died. He's
Yeah.
relentless. He just went right back. No one will stop me. Meanwhile, the Larry, Gen Army, Doctor ulti, it's going to do a lot. Double damage Bristle also should just about enough to finish off the kill. But Toby and Shag come in. They get Illusion. Boom on the low ground. A lot of damage into this Bristle. Spirit Vessel helping him out. But he returns enough to kill Toby as well. A 2 for 2. BZZ now comes in.
Nice
Tornado. EMP. Came back up.
Oh, he's on soul return. Oh, he missed.
On front. And boom. He's going to get left behind. Ghost Walk. No detection.
Oh, that's so frustrating. Just missed the shock on BZZ because he was too fast.
Dire's courier has been
Just had to
killed.
take a
Mother.
guess. Yeah, so that whole bait in ends up being a pretty big win for Viking GG just because the heroes traded there, killing that bristle. Very important at this point in the game.
Dire's
This is where he's supposed to feel
top tower
at
is
his
under
tankiest, and he was so close to the talisman of evasion too.
And Shag getting both those kills. Also big. Again, it's the same notion where he is fighting with the farming tool right now. He just got a double kill to complete the Battle Fury. Now he just goes to wipe out
Dire's
the jungle.
middle tower
That
is
is
under
about as
attack.
good as it gets. Absolutely fantastic.
Mid lane, that's all the man of illusion now, but I think he's far enough back in tanking that he'll be okay.
He'll live.
But
We'll be
they have Beastmaster Ursa, so in we go.
Dire are scanning.
I was gonna say, wait till there's
yeah.
alacrity too, yeah.
And when you have boars and whatnot to tank it, you don't even need lifesteal.
They're TPing, but this is way too fast.
No chance. I mean, it melts. There's also a Necro book, so you just keep cycling out different minions to tank the Roche, so Ursa can do it. Doesn't have to waste money on a Mortared Mask. And I mean, why put 900 gold towards a mask when you could just buy a BKB instead?
I don't have a good answer for you. Because there's no good answer. Still a very even game in terms of net worth, but will this Aegis now tilt the scales like totally in their favor? I guess it depends on how the Bristle plays in the next fight with that halberd, right? Like they need to just kind of cancel out the Ursa and pick off everyone around him. But
Easier said than done.
yeah, I feel like
Dire's
the
top
idea of
tower
this
is
unique
under attack.
lineup could have worked if they were really far ahead again. That is feasible, but I'm not feeling too keen right now.
Yeah.
Did they just got his pupil's gift? Vanscore just stole another item. He's gotten 2 neutrals this game. What the hell?
What a monster. Yeah, we go back to this a lot. The Dire team should be ahead right now with this Timber Bristle, and the fact that it's less than 1k at 18 minutes is a little scary.
Dire's top
They
tower
are
is under attack.
kind of forced to try and make some kind of fight happen, and they are going to go for it. Illusion knocks back boom. Some pretty big follow-up damage. That should be the end of the Invoker thanks to the curse. BZZ will just chop him down.
Radiant structures
And
are
now the tier
fortified.
1 mid under assault. Shad's still up top, just pushing for now.
This is a great play by Unique. They're fighting into an Aegis, and they just killed Invoker and took their tier 1 mid
Is under attack.
after forcing the Beastmaster out of the jungle. And this was
I swear, man, this happens so often. Very rarely do teams Roche and then immediately 5-man. They almost always Roche, feel extra safe, and then split up and farm and reclaim
Radiant's
map
bottom
control.
tower is
And there
under
is a
attack.
window there where you can fight into Aegis like that because they're probably not going to be sitting 5 heroes behind their tier 1 protecting the Invoker.
I mean, they're looking at Ursa top, and they see him, and they say, okay, he wants his
Dire's top
BKB,
tower
right?
is
Yeah,
under
that's what he's
attack.
kind of waiting for right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
It also comes down to like
Radiant's
missing
bottom
Tornado.
tower is
If you
under
miss Tornado, they don't really have the best initiation right now.
Bounty.
Vanscore getting pinked
Dire's
here.
top
Toby on the
tower
way.
is
Primal Roar.
They shouldn't have to use it here.
Dire's
EMP
courier
will be
has been
sufficient.
killed.
So
Dire's top tower
Halberd
is
is
under
out on
attack.
Bristleback, and Halberd is on the way for BZZ. Not done yet. Meanwhile, 19 initiated on by Shad.
They're not backing off here. I guess he probably they're coming, but they're in a bad spot.
Soulbind. Primal Roar trying to counter initiate, but Shad is just destroying the Bristle right now. Illusion goes down in the meantime. Shag continuing to dive deep, pops the BKB. It gets delivered mid-fight. BZZ. Now he's going to be in some trouble. This Ursa just doing way too much damage. Van score, he's going to be
Dire's
next to
middle
fall.
tower is under
And
attack.
that'll be 4 dead for Unique.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
That was a 6 soul bind. Because I was wondering how they were going to punish that, because it looked like they were just kind of running in, and we're just going to get kind of swallowed up before Shaq could get there on the Ursa. But then the double
Dire's
roar just kind of
structures are
pushed
fortified.
everyone and got the 2 big stuns.
Dire's middle tower
And that helped
is under
them like
attack.
tip it right in their favor. Didn't really get a lot of damage out, period, from the side of Unique. I mean, Ursa
Good
did
old
as much
Ursa.
damage as the entirety of Unique, pretty much.
What a ridiculous hero.
You like the bear man?
I mean, he's starting to just feel very good. He's been slowly on the rise, I think, ever since they changed both Earth Shock to have some gap close and also the Abyssal Blade to give you another gap close. It's like those 2 things in tandem, you don't really have to buy Blink on this
Dire's
hero
bottom
anymore.
tower is
Yeah,
under
I mean,
attack.
remember the first patch he got where he was
Dire's
instantly being picked up by
structures are
everyone,
fortified.
and then
Yeah.
he was like the only hero that got nerfed on like the instant like patch after.
Yeah.
Double
He was
damage.
absolutely dominating.
I mean, he does have some counters, but you mentioned Viper specifically. Heroes like OD can be pretty annoying,
Dire are
but
scanning.
I think he counters more heroes than not.
Yes, I would say.
Yeah, with this pretty heavy like melee core lineup like this, it's scary. Now Aramis gets off another soul bind. Could be in some trouble here, but there is team follow-up. Toby with a stun on the DZZ. Going down to the jab with the BKB. Aramis will be the first casualty of this fight. Remember, there is no longer an Aegis on the Ursa. A 1 for 2 so far. There's that disarm. Jumps away as the rest of Viking continue to wrap around, putting a lot of damage into 19. Shad actually falls. The end of the streak, and now Viking on the run. The bristles.
Do they have detection,
more than they
though?
can handle?
I don't think they do. So they can't even go after Boom. They just gotta start hitting other targets.
Toby going for the TP. That was bold.
Alright, now this will hit him if he's invis, but I mean they're not gonna have enough damage to just kill him even if they know where he's standing. Can you imagine if he pulled that off?
BZZ did what he could.
Yeah.
Now, is double halberd A, the play, and B, actually effective against Ursa?
It's probably a necessity versus him with Bristle and Timber. I can agree with that. Because it's not just the disarm, right? Like they're also moving into just the actual evasion too.
Yeah. And the HP regen lifesteal, and it's particularly good on Timber.
Both of these heroes, really, right?
Yeah, it's good on Bristle as well.
Oh,
Vanscore.
Oh, the Spirit Vessel. I thought he had it.
So, okay, that's a good point. It's just a value item in general, and the fact that it gives you another
Radiant's
cheap
top tower
tool
is
against the
under
Ursa.
attack.
All right. And he does have Basher on the way, and that means Abyssal is up next, and Shad is not too far off. This is the other cool thing about Battle Fury Ursa. Without this, you kind of feel like after moments like that, like, oh, geez, now Gyro's going to clear out Ancients. Ursa doesn't really flash farm. You can't throw your momentum like this. Now, feels like it doesn't really matter that much. It's like, okay, we screwed up a team fight, guys. I'm going to go farm for a few minutes, recover.
It's your life's not run by Roche anymore when you get Battle Fury.
That too.
That's like the biggest thing.
Yeah.
Right? Like when you don't have Battle Fury, Ursa is just like they just look at the Roche bit over and over.
Yeah, that's... You're active farmer. You're a flash Rocher.
Speaking of it, his BKB TP is also just safe this game, right? I'm not missing anything here. So that's a pretty big deal. And it's not likely to change anytime soon. He can pretty much just go wherever he wants. And worst case scenario, he BKB TPs, which is probably why he's still up here right now.
Lead for Viking, but not insurmountable. So a Lotus Orb coming out.
Set.
Dire's
Glimmer
top
Cape
tower
on the Earth
is under
Spirit.
attack.
Okay.
Electrify, Chrome, Dry, Oil, Slime. I thought there was a cooldown on that.
It'd be cool if they all stacked like that and you could electrify the slime, but I think they just override
All right,
one.
hold on now. That's like level 2000 in your battle pass to do that shit. Don't get too crazy now on me. Oh geez, 12 Fury swipes damage.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
That
attack.
seems very good with his build.
Oh, yeah.
All right, well, let's see how fast Roche dies this time.
Well, there's a smoke from the Dire, though. Unique are not going to let this go uncontested.
Are they?
However, okay. Holy
Roshan
moly. Roche is dead.
That is nuts.
That was truly a moment of they knew what was happening. They had the right idea, and
Look at the buffs on Ursa. Click on Shad right now. And he just lost some. He actually had more than this. And they are just stacking up this bear. And he's going in. He's hungry. Oh, he's disarmed though. Can't eat.
yeah, still on the front lines. Does get disarmed again. Pretty big damage. A nice magnetize as 19 presses forward. That's his BKB now. He'll use the mech, and that's the disengage. Unique trying to force the issue, but can't do it.
Good thing that soul bite
Radiant's
came
middle
out because
tower
that wasn't looking for Viking
Dire
GG.
structures are fortified.
And running away with the Aegis, not a good look. No BKB, so they push tower. Ursa can't really hop in here all willy-nilly anymore.
Are fortified. Radiant's middle tower
35
is
seconds
under
on
attack.
Ursa's BKB.
He's bringing out the cheese too. He's a little concerned.
There's the first disarm. Now in on the 19, stunned up. Call down. Enrage is finished.
They kicked him out
Still
too.
20 seconds.
They're gonna smoke up back here. From the side of Viking GG, they're going for a play.
I think they can. Unique are doing a good job sort of feigning the pressure, but they can't really catch anyone. Nor really commit to
quickening
anything.
charm.
That's another
Oh,
item
no.
down.
No, he's gonna get it. He's like, we don't lose items, we take items.
Double damage!
Oh, we're about
Oh, that's a good tornado line.
Force the BKB. Double damage on 19. Probably not something you really want to fight into. Van Storm to low ground. They'll get silenced and repelled. And meanwhile up top, Shad kind of by himself. They do that kill on the big score.
They only soulbound to the bristle though. Didn't find the secondary target, so they didn't commit.
Still some time on the double damage.
Yeah, I don't know. He wants it a little too bad.
BKB now. Earth Spirit just jumps to his death. Timbersaw going to be in some trouble also. This fight does not look good for Unique. Yule does buy him a second as he comes back down, though. Ursa gets disarmed. They might still have him, and they do. The Bristle just unable to do enough damage to make any kills happen. Now Tornado EMP, that'll be his mana, and his HP also ends. Gad doing so much. They just don't have a solution for this Ursa. The double disarm is cute, but it doesn't really stop him.
I'm a little surprised 19 tried to force that so hard.
Yeah, he did 4.5k damage.
It felt like I could see that being forced with like 20 seconds left on the Aegis, but there were still 2 whole minutes left.
Dire's
It
middle
really
tower
seemed that
is under
promising.
attack.
Yeah, and he didn't have to use either. If they'd gotten Boom, maybe that could have been it, but Boom just escaped with like 15% HP left and just sat in the back line and kept casting spells.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
And there's the MKB, so that's the big solution to a lot of these heroes. It's like,
I mean, he's already cutting through these heroes almost as if they don't have evasion. This makes the Ursa pretty darn scary.
yeah, I mean, Palatinos, like, he's going Butterfly into the MKB Ursa and the double halberds. Like, this is their nightmare that this guy's MKB now.
I mean, you made it too good of an item for him this game. How could he not buy it? It almost makes you want this gyro to
Yeah,
hard
by
stop. Like,
E-Blade. Go E-Blade.
I hate to say that out loud, but I think it would be better than the butterfly. He already has the Eagle Sun, so there's no getting around that. Sell back the quarterstaff.
Oh, that's good, though. Paladin sword now with the butterfly. That feels pretty good.
Got the butterfly.
Chat, are they just really going to walk advance sword?
Yeah. They are. Might still live, though. Sunstrike. Nice sidestep, Vanny.
Saw it coming. All right, 20 seconds left on the Aegis. It's time to smoke out and go for it, Unique.
Ooh, the Mind Breaker. I guess that's not better than the
All right,
Orb
they're going for this, dude. Here we go. Let's go. We're going to try and catch this Aegis as it expires. 5 seconds. Ursa's coming to the mid lane. 3, 2. All right, it's expiring. Where's my jump? Who's got it? It's all under its spirit. He jumps.
Okay, they get the Chen. It's 5 heroes on Chen, and they've got him.
Woo! Yeah.
And it looks like the rest of Viking are going to be able to make it back. Tober does get initiated on. Actually turns into Illusion and says, dude, we got double stun. They make it a 1-for-1. Now the Ursa's here, disarmed, but now able to fight. Buyback used by the Chen. BZZ trying to jump away. Unique taking so much damage. This fight quickly not going the way that they want. Palatino comes in though. He's starting to turn things. Both cores on the back line. Cheese eaten by the Ursa. He's getting brought low. Now surrounded. Shad's down.
Oh, that tornado though.
Does finish off the Timber. Sunstrike off the mark, and Unique actually make it happen. Palatimos arrived to that fight with a furious eruption. And now they're going to force the issue. Viking GG come back for more. And Unique in turn, they might be able to bring down Solari. This would be a dieback, remember. And it is.
Yeah, that was
sideline for 6.
all Palatimos. And, oh, he died.
They get the
Maledict?
Yeah,
he took
Radiant's
483 from that
middle
last
tower is under
Maledict. Wow, I thought he was good. Oh, it's because he took the missile caught him.
Radiant's middle
So he took
tower
243
is
and that's stacked on the next Maledict.
Dude, that's a big swing. It is still a small gold lead
Radiant's
for
middle
Viking,
tower
but they
is
don't
under
have
attack.
buybacks on these 3 heroes.
Radiant structures are
That's going to be the
fortified.
glyph. We'll see what kind of
Dire
damage they can do at the high
structures are
ground.
fortified.
That damage for Palatimos was insane. He was in the complete center of that fight with the flat cannon going. He did 3,000 physical, or 2,300 damage to that Ursa alone.
Radiant's middle barracks are under attack.
Tier 3 down. This will be the mid lane of Barracks. Tier 2 standing in the side lanes.
Radiant's middle
Well,
barracks
Unique
has
certainly
fallen.
making this game a lot more interesting. We thought that the
Radiant's middle
Viking had
barracks
this
has
100%. And now things looking rough after burning both Roche spoils. Now a Basher comes out on the Bristleback. Finally, an item that lets him right click a little harder.
And Palatimos has 5,000 gold and is settled on the Aghanim Scepter here. And doing a good job of managing some of this gold here.
I kind of forgot that he skipped the Ags. You see a lot of Gyros still go Ags
Oh
first. I
man,
think.
double neutral item here too. He can't even hold these neutral items with so many. He's got Telescope and Mindbreaker now for Team Unique as well.
Solid tier 3 items.
Yeah, Telescope. I guess not the best Telescope game, unfortunately, though. Doesn't really... I mean, Witch Doctor's like, yeah, I have to take it, but it's not terrible. It's always good for the task. Not bad for Maledict, too.
Smoking.
Well, they're hopping back on the horse here from Viking. How about that
Find the
disarm,
bristle.
too? I tried to preemptively BKB in that last fight, and somehow they got the halberd first. I couldn't believe it. So he wasted a lot of his BKB in that engagement, too.
Thought it would still be okay, but you were right. It mitigated way more of his damage.
Well, like, the bristle probably would have died, right? Like, you saw how low he got.
Definitely. Not gonna be able to do much with this smoke. They kind of just let it expire.
It's a big Roche, too. Timer, that is. Still another minute left.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Well exalted.
Kind of a quiet moment. Quiet before the storm.
I hate this feeling when you're on the Radiant team, though, where you like kind of felt like you were winning, and then this fight goes really poorly. Now they're just running into Ursa right now.
Well, they charge up high ground blind, though. This could be scary. There's actually a Radiant Ward on the high ground. Vikings still very spread out. They're going to find the Earth Spirit to the side. Toby pops the BKB, and they isolate the Gyro. Ends up being a great fight for Viking. They go 1 for 2. Now they turn in onto the Bristle. Disarm. Jad backs up. Soulbind still slowing him down. Now they reinitiate another disarm. Bristle still finds the kill, and BZZ going to make it out.
Excellent targeting there this time from Viking GG. Just Gyro completely eviscerated there. Follow-up from the tornado. He got roared right after, and then Ursa just started swinging. The damage, 450, 800, and 646. Like in terms of like each second, that's how much damage he's able to pump out between all his swipes.
And Ursa now not far away from the Abyssal Blade. And onto the tier 3.
And
Q on the sideline.
I believe. They could kill Timber here with it. He got that Lotus Orb. He needs the Soul Ring first, though, and he didn't.
There it is, the Abyssal. No buybacks on these 2 dead heroes. Timber does survive. It said they get Illusion.
Yeah, he's
almost find the Witch Doctor also, but not enough damage.
gonna throw his life away for his Timber. So that's not gonna be enough to save the buildings. Still 12 seconds till Gyro's back. Shad wants this. He's pinging team. Help.
Dire's top barracks
And
are under
they will
attack.
have it.
Dire's top barracks has fallen. Dire's top barracks has fallen.
Right? They level it out. They get a lane of barracks themselves. Still tier 1 standing in the top lane for Viking, and of course that tier
Dire
2
are
in the bottom for
scanning.
Unique.
Radiant's
Also an
middle
Abyssal
tower is
Blade
under
out on
attack.
Bristleback as they walk into Roche. And I know you missed it, Trent. Roche is already
The
dead.
radiant.
Immortality.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
It's like, you know that they kill it fast, but it's still jarring to see. It's
Yeah, that's a little absurd. What did they get anyway? Eggs. Oh, let's
so
go.
Got it. It's the Grimstroke.
Yeah.
Portrait now.
And what do we got for Agi items? Pretty high on the Agi. So he'll get all that white damage, as it were, from the Gyro.
The Illusionist Cape. The item of trickery. Ninja gear.
Kind of surprised they gave it to the Grimstroke. The more I'm looking at this, why didn't they give it to the Invoker?
You don't need it.
I mean, is Grimstroke? Like, I mean, it's good, but here's the thing. It's a magic immune illusion. They have so much physical damage. I feel like that illusion's just gonna
Radiant's bottom
die
tower
to
is
like
under
pure
attack.
or physical. You know what I mean?
I think the gyro illusion is still pretty annoying, isn't it?
Oh, I guess it
Does
I guess the
fair
pure
amount
won't
of
go through
damage.
anyway, right? Because it's BKB, so 'cause it's spell immune. It's not magic immune.
Oh, right.
But either way, yeah, I just feel like it's just gonna die to flat cannon, though, isn't it?
Yeah. And who else would you give it to?
Invoker,
Snap.
Cataclysm. Why don't you want Cataclysm?
All right.
I mean, they have Tornado. I don't know. That just
Radiant's
seems like kind of
bottom
good.
tower is under attack.
I mean, usually I'm a big fan of the Dark Portrait for sure. I'm just I just hope it doesn't just die instantly from the 350% damage taken.
What does the Chen eggs do? It just lets you take over ancients. Is that it?
Hey, actually, but look at that. He's taking the the illusion that the gyro set out.
Why is it so dark?
Because it's he's using the Dark Portrait on the whatchamacallit, the
Dire's
illusionist
middle
cape.
tower is under attack.
Oh, I see. Okay. Oh, up top.
He's totally alone though.
And totally dead. Team is on the way. Everyone's here but the Invoker. Okay, the Invoker TP's in.
Oh, that's a
Well, that-
great ape.
It was the Aegis. That's it. It's over. That was weird.
Yeah,
And
maybe
also
just thought
it's
people
a-
were closer.
Dire
A
are scanning.
14k net worth lead all of a sudden, too. The gold has really erupted for Viking.
Yeah, I feel like he was trying to just like force a fight outside the baits.
I mean, he did. And Silver Edge now. That's interesting.
Double
Positioning
damage.
tool, but actually going to get a break against the Bristleback.
Oh, BZ's gonna be looking for a break here. 'Cause I think he's quite dead. Oh wow, no
flies overhead.
hesitation.
Boom, you know what's cooking. No hope for the poor Timber Saw here.
Okay, what a dodge though.
I'll make him work for it. just making it easy for Shad to get the kill. That double damage Ursa comes flying on in.
Just space for the team to get the outpost back up top.
Smoke into a TP. Look at this crafty maneuver. Smoke portal.
I don't think it's going to amount to too much.
No, unique. Book it back to the base as soon. A cool idea from Viking. Certainly would have caught somebody if they were lingering about.
He might just walk high around here. That seems like a Shad thing to do. He's pinging. Yeah, he's thinking about it. He's going to preemptively overpower. He's the Abyssal and the Leveler. Oh, he wants it. Oh, that was double Abyssal. But he didn't go for it.
I guess just barely out of range. Didn't want to dive into the towers. It's a pretty short cooldown on the soul bind, so not a big deal.
Oh, we have a spare Princess Knife on Slary, by the way. Maybe that'll help set things up onto the Bristle.
Whatever happened to the Ursa Ag? Speaking of, used to be in vogue. I mean, I remember when Ursa first started coming back like a couple years ago. It was because of the Ags, this ability to enrage while you're disabled.
Yeah, and it also gives it an 18-second cooldown.
It's really that much? Oh my gosh, you're right.
Yeah.
It goes from 30 to 18 with a 5-second uptime. That's pretty ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, it's really good against, like, Primal Roar lineups or, like, maybe a Mirana if they have a setup or a combo. It is situationally better in some cases. Well, like, that Ags upgrade, for example. Is it just not worth even considering on Ursa in a game like this?
It doesn't really change that much if you think about it. Because, like, he can't cast it if he's silenced, right? By the Earth Spirit. It doesn't remove Halberd. I feel like nothing that is like stopping him will change, because there also used to be a damage buff on the Enrage, right? You used to do more with your Fury Swipes or whatever, and that was when it was really good too. So like it was kind of like reliant on your damage, whereas now it just keeps you swinging.
I guess that's true. If the Strong Dispel got rid of Halberd, then having the shorter cooldown from the Scepter might be worth it. But given that Halberd is the trump card there, you're right. Maybe it just doesn't feel...
Because it used to multiply Fury Swipes damage before 7.25. That was the big change that made all this Ursa shit different. So that's why you wanted your ulti to be more important, right?
Oh, so you needed to use your ult more because it let you get stacks more quickly.
Yeah, it wasn't like a defensive option in a lot of ways, whereas now it kind of is, right?
Now it's really...
You don't need it if you're just solo ganking someone. It doesn't do anything. Yeah, whereas before you did for the multiplier. But that's also why like the Battle Fury is good now too, is because then they moved it so that the Fury Swipes damage just got flat out increased from 7, 14, 21, 28 to 10, 20, 30, 40. And that just made him like a better right clicker without ulting all the time.
That's a really good point. It stabilized him, so he's less of a one and done around the Enrage.
And then he got Aid really hard at 7.25A. He like lost movement speed, lost overpower cooldown.
Yeah.
And lost Fury Swipes damage.
So I think we're gonna see a lot more Ursa. This hero is on the rise.
I think he's still a later draft hero. I don't think we're gonna see him like before third pick. I don't even think he's the third pick. I think he's like a 4th and 5th pick.
I generally agree. I also think his supporting cast makes a big difference. I think having a hero like Grimstroke actually is a big... Grimstroke in particular, because you can set stuff up with Stroke and the slow, and the Inkswell is obviously quite good.
All right, Palantimos, what are we at here now? We're on Satanic. Well, just tell me when the Rapier's here, and I'll come back to the gyro. Wake me up when the Rapier's purchased.
Do you think you skip the Satanic and go straight Rapier here? Are we in that territory? 16k net worth?
Nah, there's a lot of stuff the stacks resistance is going to be really good for. It's like a bit too good this game, right?
Yeah. Okay.
It's a good thing they got that top racks they did from the side of Viking, though. because this is not the best pushing lineup, as I said before. They have some tools, but you know they're not. I mean, they're big building hitters now, but even just like pushing out waves and getting to the base, it's not that easy with this lineup at the moment.
Let's just say they weren't disappointed to get the level. Lineup like
Yeah,
this.
fair. Pretty cool item on Ursa.
Radiant
More
are
attack
scattered.
speed.
I like that they've made this item not feel useless. Kind of like, I'll take a Hyperstone.
You can actually see how much damage Timber has done to each person on the Radiant by how much pure damage they've taken. That's all him.
Pure.
I think we need another Roche, guys. Well, he might respawn in 2 seconds. Radiant Courier.
One.
It's nearby.
2,
Ooh.
3, and... Ooh, it's a
Wow,
mid-time.
did you see that check? He just checked for a 0-second spawn. Look at that guy.
I'll take that.
Got these timers on lock.
That's impressive.
They're not messing around.
Wow, Shad is really optimistic.
He's there already. He's just
Holy
killing.
shit. So yeah, I'm looking at
Dire are
canvas.
scattered.
Oh,
1
this is a
minute
double.
to
This is
Aether.
neat. So that was an entire scan of all red. So they have to assume they're roaching right now.
You walk in and it's empty. There's just a golem in there.
And meanwhile, your top lane is pushing in. Aramis also has the scythe nearly complete here.
Dire's middle tower
And
is
his
under
soul binds
attack.
have been very good this match. Oh, that's a good ability to get right before a Roche fight, though. The Radial Deafening Blast now on Invoker.
There is.
Wow, he hits for 500 when he pops them out. Damn.
30 seconds now on the Roche spawn.
I don't think Unique can do it quite as fast. Just a theory. After seeing some stuff.
This is such a weird game of chicken where they're both fighting over this territory where Roche isn't even here yet. And like neither side really wants to fight, but they both want to scare the other one away. Kind of curious how this is going to play out. So Roche is back. Of course, Shard and Blessing now.
And with the Hawk Vision, they're the ones who get to know. They're predicting a smoke here. That's why Shad is moving in invis like this. It's kind of stepping back and forth.
It's always a cheese from last time. All right, well, Roche is up.
I'm a
boys.
little surprised he hasn't just gone in and started with how fast he does it. Like with an alacrity or something. Yeah, he's just gonna go. They saw that jump though. They have a ward.
Yeah, because that look at that great ward placement.
Yeah, you don't want to lower it too much to Shad because they don't do it that fast. Oh, nice, the scythe.
Oh, now Toby, he gets a double damage. He's gonna get caught. Pops the BKB. Not go in onto the bristle. Shit,
Shad's
tries to
back
jump
in.
back in. Pops the BKB this time. He's just gonna try to finish off the Roche. He goes down. Ace is picked up by the Ursa. Destroys Illusion, and now the real fight begins. You need to get a tough scenario, though they do pick up the kill on Arm. Just about. They do get him. Ursa disarmed. Trying to get back in it. Looks like Vanguard gonna fall next.
Is under attack.
Buybacks now come from both sides. The Earth Spirit doesn't have one. It's a 5v4. 19
Yeah,
all the
he
fray.
did steal the eggs on the Earth Spirit too when he got out.
Oh, okay.
So if they can get out of here and trade this, it's not terrible. They traded 2 for 1.
Who's got the
Obviously,
shard?
they wanted the Roche, but
Dire's
there's a pretty good
middle
chance they
tower
get
is under
nothing
attack.
out of that.
I think the shard was consumed. I'm not seeing it.
The Pressure Ursa had it,
Dire's
so
bottom tower is
he might
under
have passed it
attack.
off to someone or it got consumed.
I think somebody used it. They'll catch BZs.
Yeah,
They're gonna
Ursa
need a little
used
more,
it.
though.
Dire's bottom
Yeah, he
tower
popped
is under
himself.
attack.
What do we do with the Zaganims? Timber has decided.
Dire's bottom tower has
I mean,
fallen.
Gyro's got one already.
The
Earth
Bristle
Spirit-
one is like
It's pretty meh.
Yeah.
AoE viscous goo. I guess it is kind of cool. Gyro, like it synergizes for minus armor AoE with your black cannon.
I think I like the Timber the best in terms of like the BKB's wearing down on the Ursa. You're trying to control him. Most of your damage is the ulti is Timbersaw. And he has a decent mana pool with his items.
I'm a little biased because I like Witch Doctor, but
Dude, there's no way you give it to Witch Doctor.
the Witch Doctor Ags.
That's a 0% chance.
I guess he's got enough mana to sustain this with the Hex now. It does increase the damage output from the Timber quite a bit.
Yeah. It's the most reliable one for sure. The only, like, I could see a debate for just giving it to the Gyro so that he could get his rapier faster.
Sells it. Now that's an interesting thought.
But I think it's more value on the Timber. But, like, if I got another one, that might be a consideration before the other heroes. Of course, he'll buy his own. It's only 1,800, you know.
I mean, at that point, if they get to the next Roche, the thing about the Witch Doctor one now is without the bounce limit, it clears out all the garbage. It gets rid of the boars and the summons and shit. Like, you don't have a bounce limit anymore.
Well, actually, doesn't it only hit heroes? Unless it changes with the agonist. Sir.
It's a good question, actually.
I'm pretty sure it only still hits heroes.
Actually, you're right. I was thinking illusions. Like, it clears out illusions. But
That it would.
you're right. It doesn't clear out the shitty creeps.
Nice try, though.
Damn. Yeah, you're right.
That's what he's got the +2 casts for.
Minions, same as illusion. Now, if they had a PL.
Yeah. All right.
Ooh, 3 homing missile charges. Okay.
Man, remember when Gyro's Aghanims was just global call down? That was so bad. That was like, we're losing. Start split pushing with the global call down.
That seriously is the hallmark of how bad something used to be. If it was an item and now it's just a talent. Like, yeah, we'll give it to you.
And
at
it's a
level
talent
30 now.
no one takes. Like, I never see.
You can just have it.
Dire
I mean, the homing
are
missile
scanning.
charges is pretty annoying.
Oh yeah, that's way
They do
better.
a lot of damage.
They're just so annoying too. All right, Boom's looking for the big
All right.
initiation here.
Whoa, it goes the other way. 19. He jumps in to start this. BKB's popped on both. Now the Soulbind flies through. So Bristle taking some damage. First disarm. Ursa jumps forward, gets to double Abyssal. Disarmed again. Now Shad gets a BKB.
Oh, that deafening though. Man, that just wrecks the Timber. He just cannot get in when that thing pops out.
Yeah. Unique took a lot more damage there. Obviously no deaths. But it kind of felt like Vikings were driving that.
They're losing their lead though. Like they're not pulling any further ahead, and this Gyro is getting closer to Rapier.
And we are kind of at the point where it feels like Gyro could maybe turn this. Octarine on the Invoker now.
I think they're smoking to go by Rapier.
Flee through forest shade.
Gonna bump right into Toby. Ursa disarmed again, jumps back line. Toby BKBs. Ursa does get Van score.
It's only Van score, and he's still getting hit by the cast.
Toby gets a cheese. The portrait of that gyrocopter actually doing some pretty decent damage
There goes
here.
the Aegis.
Illusion is dying. Boom with the BKB on. That's 2 dead now for Unique. DZZ put down very low. Silenced up. This Ursa still quite healthy. In big trouble. The gyro
Dire's middle tower is under
doesn't
attack.
even get to buy the big item.
And he doesn't want to cheese because of the Spirit Vessel.
That doesn't feel good.
Oh man, why'd they go out without it?
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Using the 2 buybacks that they have.
They're sending the courier in the top lane. It's on the mission.
Has fallen.
All right, there's the repair. It's coming back, but still 70 seconds.
Dire's
No
bottom
timber.
tower has
1
fallen.
lane, a barrack
Dire's
standing. They've
middle
already
tower is under
glipped.
attack.
This courier can't go
Dude,
fast.
they know. I think they saw it.
Has
Because
fallen.
Toby's running up top.
I
And he's
think-
hawking.
I
And
think
they're
I
there.
flew over the
Middle
outpost,
barracks are
dude.
under attack.
Yeah,
Dire's
they're
middle
hunting for it.
has fallen. Dire's
right,
middle
Right.
tower has
It's
fallen.
Megas. It arrives a little late, but there is still a tier 4. Whistle jumps out. Aramis low. Palanquin is now initiated on. Pops to BKB. Satanic, but Shad is a little too big, and he falls. Shad never even dipped. Yeah. And now this Ursa's going to have it, and that is a GG. Well, slightly anticlimactic, I guess.
I don't know. They really came back pretty hard on the sudden unique.
I meant the rapier. Just like went to get it, and it delivered too little too late, I think.